Ooh. Smell that podcast air. It's another episode, another Saturday episode, guys. Welcome back to Sham. Today, we've got a guest, a musician, finally a professional up in here. It's only been my buddies for like the longest time. Eric, aka Sabios, in the house. Thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it.
So, you do music, I do music. We had an extensive conversation already about music stuff.
Yeah.
When did you, I guess that was my first question, is like, when did you, hello? Hi? That was my wife.
That's all good.
She's like, what? No, you're fine. When did you start getting into music? I'm curious. That's always a question I've wanted to ask, like another musician.
Yeah. Just overall, like creating music, or well, I was probably like 12, 11. My older cousin Jesus played a lot of guitar, and he'd always have it around. He would be playing like pretty like metal, like more hard rock type stuff. So I never really liked rock when I was younger. So he would play guitar, and after a while he taught me smoke on the water, I think. And then after I learned that, I was like, hey man, I think maybe I can kind of get a hang of this. And little by little, he started a band. He needed a bass player, and then I convinced my dad to buy me a bass. Okay. And then I kind of hated the bass, and then went on to guitar. So it was like around 11. You know what I mean? It's all because of him. Why I really got into my cousin. Why I really got into it.
Dude, you and I have like such a similar story, because the reason I got into music too was with my cousin. Okay. And I'm guessing you started on guitar. Yeah. Because we started on guitar too.
Yeah.
And we played metal.
Yeah, for us. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Tons of Metallica. We were obsessed with just the solos. We just wanted to play crazy dumb
like
solos.
The better you wear a guitar, it's just like that was like the cool thing, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot to it, you know. Then like rock itself, like when I grew up, when I was a kid, I just listened to the radio. So like hip hop, R&B, that's all I liked since I was like 3, you know. I had a friend named Adrian Martinez. He's probably one of my closest friends ever. I haven't talked to him a lot recently though, but he it happens, you know, as you get older, you know. When I was like 11, like probably like a year or two before I started playing guitar, he introduced me to like Nirvana, David Bowie, The Clash, Ramones,
the nice good
you know
ones.
what I mean? Like, cause I had grown up on like AC/DC and like all these like 80s like rock bands. That was like more like metal,
like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. And I didn't like that. Like I was like, oh, that's rock. I don't like that, you know. So I always had that idea. But once I heard like those bands, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And that's what really opened up the door to rock for me. But the first band that it wasn't just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like I was like, yo, I legit like love this. And it was like a modern band that was going on at the same time was the Arctic Monkeys.
Oh, dude.
And so that's 2005, 2006 when my cousin Jesus, he's the one that presents it to me. And so they had just came out with Favorite Worst Nightmare. I think they were about to come out with it 2007. Okay. So this was like the coolest time to start listening to them, you know? And so, you know, just Old Yellow Bricks, 505, all these old songs that I just fell in love with them. And that was like the first like band that was constantly like coming out with new stuff that I first started liking.
That you liked, like you follow, like, oh, I want to wait for the new stuff to come out.
Exactly, you know? And so that's when I kind of started delving into that. At the same time, I was always listening to hip hop and R&B. I hit high school. And that's when I got like obsessed with the Beatles. Like I went full like Beatlemania by myself in my house.
Dude, my brother crazy about Beatles.
Yeah.
Still
like once you kind of like either you listen to them and then all right, whatever, or you just delve in hard, you know.
I'm the whatever guy.
Yeah, you're kind of just like, I'm just kind
of. They're historic.
Yeah, exactly.
They did something cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me.
That's how I looked at them too. But yeah, there's either two things. Either you just kind of glance at them and move along, or you start listening to them and then you just like you go through the years pretty much. Like and then there's like the Beatles anthology and all that stuff. So yeah, I got super obsessed with the Beatles, and so did my little sisters, and my whole like everyone was just, oh, the Beatles, you know, and listening to every single album. And I think they really helped me understand like what it is to construct a song. You know what I mean? Like how like the process isn't that easy sometimes,
Right.
You know, like
No,
I don't.
of course.
It was just something about like their songwriting that was just like it was like catchy, but then it was like difficult at the same time, and I feel like that's what was so amusing to people at the time and right now, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my my small, you know, background how, you know, how I was getting into it, you know. But I have a lot of influences from all sides, you know. And when I bought my bass, my dad also bought my little sister a piano, you know.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, you can learn piano, and then Eric, you know, you can learn guitar and bass over time. She never played the piano, so then it was just kind of there. And then little by little, I kind of just started learning.
You just hijacked the piano.
Yeah, you know, I learned like Jingle Bell Rock and like a bunch of little things, you know.
Yeah.
And then over time, I started learning chords. I like Alicia Keys and John Legend. Like I like those type of artists too.
Yeah.
And so then I kind of started learning like chords and like I really ended up liking it. I feel like I made like the full on like transition from like, you know what, I think I'm more into like synth and keys.
Right, yeah.
Probably like last year, probably.
Okay.
You know, before that it was always guitar, and I could never make stuff on guitar that I was like really like proud about, you know.
That's
like,
what happens to all of us, man.
Yeah.
I made so much like garbage, and then people will tell you like, dude, that sounds awesome. And I'm like, does it though?
yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
And it's like a fine line between like it sounds cool and then like would you be proud about releasing it, I guess, you know. Like on my laptop, on my Logic folder, I have 315 songs, you know what I mean, that I've made. And
that you've made.
Yeah, that I've made. Yeah.
Holy crap.
And out of those 315, I like 3, and those are the ones I released.
That's the ones you released,
EP, you know. So it's kind of like, and it's crazy because and my wife's been there like the past 7 years. Like she's been listening to everything I've been making, you know. And she's the only other person than myself that can really say, hey, look, you grew. Like I saw it get better over time, you know. But she would always say, oh, that's good enough, babe, you know, release it. When I was like, and I almost released projects like over, but it was just like, I'm so glad I didn't, you know, like they really sucked, you know what I mean? But but like it was
just have that for everybody to see.
Yeah. And it was first like like the quality was horrible and the songwriting was horrible, you know. And little by little it was like the quality was better, but the songs were horrible, you know. And then like all the chords got better and the quality was better, but then like the melodies and my singing completely sucked. And it was just like
there's always one thing, like you're getting better here, but this just tanked, so we're not gonna do it.
And it's just it was a long process, man. I released like I was in bands, you know. I released the EP with my band in like 2014, but it was mostly again my cousin Jesus who was leading the charge, you know. So to take on something by myself and really make the songs on my own and all that stuff, it was a pretty big deal. I just wanted to release something before I died, you know. So I did it pretty early, you know what I mean?
There you go.
So yeah, I mean that's where we're at right now with the Sabios EP.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Extensive background. Thank you.
Yeah.
People
There's a lot more, man, but I'll delve into it in future interviews, you know. But that's like glance, you know.
Dude. I feel like every time, like, because I mean, I do have other like musician friends, but they're like not really active. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of like do stuff, but they all have. It seems to me that any kind of musician that comes into my life has definitely like a bigger explanation than I do. I'm just like, I saw a guitar and I liked it. I got into YouTube. Watched the video and I played it.
Yeah. That's that.
That's that. That's where I'm at. You know, like you said, that Arctic Monkeys was like the one that you like first. I don't think I've ever had a band that I was like following.
Oh, really?
It was just a ton of just, and I was never the kind of guy to like know when an album's gonna come out and like go get it. That was definitely my older brother. My older brother is super like into music.
Yeah.
He doesn't play it. He can't sing for crap. Sorry, Joe. But yeah, he was always the one like he like falling in love with different artists like Lana Del Rey, Weezer.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Weezer though.
Dude,
Weezer's probably the closest to like falling in love with a band. Then they did have a little kind of fallout.
Yeah.
But
there's probably if I have two people close to me that if they watch this section right now, they're gonna be like, "Damn, Eric's about to go off," because I freaking love Weezer. Man.
You do?
I love Weezer, dude. So
you came to the right place.
Exactly, man. What was it? I think like 8th grade. So I get my guitar. I'm into Arctic Monkeys, and at least me, I think what really helped me get into guitar, like convinced me, like I want to play guitar, was Rock Band. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like buying
yeah,
Rock
yeah,
Band and just like playing it, and then like because the bass parts just suck sometimes. You know what I mean? And then they're not as exciting.
Yeah. They're kind of boring. You're just kind of doing the same pattern.
But that's if no offense to Arctic Monkeys, but a lot of their bass parts were just you know, like soft things. And once later I was introduced to like different bass players, you know, then you really see like, oh, you can do a lot more than just play small little notes, you know, like Thundercat, you know.
We just lost all the bass player demographic in my podcast.
They're just like, screw this shit.
Like, F this, bass is awesome. That's the master race.
Yeah. And then Say It Ain't So was on Rock Band.
Okay.
And then I love that song. And then I heard Buddy Holly. And then I was like, whoa, let me listen to the Blue album. And then that was like, whoa, like Undone. And just a bunch of songs, man. And then the Green album and Pinkerton. Like all that stuff. Like I really got into it. And right when me and my homie Anthony, he played guitar with me a lot.
Yeah.
He'll probably come up later in the podcast. But we hella got into Weezer, dude. They're about to release the Red album with Pork and Beans.
Yeah, dude. Pork and Beans. Yeah,
dude. Going into freshman year of high school. So then it was just like the perfect timing. And then the tour comes out. And then I begged my mom to buy me a ticket. She hella nice of her, dude. Takes me to San Jose. Yeah. Drops me off and dips.
So you went to...
I went to a Weezer concert the freshman year, dude. It was crazy. It was just a bunch of older dudes, you know what I mean? Like, because like they've been around for a while.
Yeah, they have.
And so like it was just like me and a couple of people that were really like 12, 13, 14, you know what I mean? But I loved it, man. I had such a blast. That's like the perfect timing of when you're in love with an artist and you get to see them live, you know? Because a lot of times you'll see them live like hella later.
Right.
Like my Beatles era was between 14 and like 17, and I saw Paul McCartney when I was like 22. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was still hyped, but it was just like in that time would have been like I would have passed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Weezer, man, huge, man. Freaking loved Weezer. That was like everything for me, dude. So
when you said, I just thought about Sum 41.
Sum 41, I've heard of them. Yeah.
It would suck to be a fan of them, like because like all their prime stuff wasn't because they're like a punk rock kind of group, oh let's break things, let's do bad things, you know, all that junk. And all their prime videos, like that stuff, like they're young and they look all right. But now they're still trying to like pull off that facade that they're like young and dumb, but they're like having a midlife crisis. And the lead singer has like a beer belly. It looks so gross. I was like, I feel bad for anybody who like listens to their songs. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to their concert and just be like,
it's a different image now.
Also a Blink 182.
Blink 182. Okay.
They're cool. I mean, you know, I'm very much the guy that if too many people like something, I just can't like it.
He's like, that's not me.
Yeah, it's not even a thing like, you know, like those hipsters like, oh, I like things that are different. It's just like, I just can't like it, you know? So Blink 182, I think it was like, I listened to some of their songs and I was like, oh, they're pretty dope. And then everybody like talked about it like in freaking junior high.
Yeah, they were huge, man.
Never mind. Yeah, they were freaking huge. But dude, live... Oh, they
sound good.
Suck.
Oh, they suck. Oh, wow.
So bad. I don't. How does that? I guess I don't know. That's why every time I find a new like group, I'm like, okay, they sound good in studio. Let's see how they sound live.
Yeah. That's the thing. I can say at least Weezer sound really good live.
Oh yeah, so Weezer,
really solid band.
Because I feel like a lot of their songs, even the studio recorded ones, they still have that like grungy garage band kind of sound. So they don't like sprinkle in too many plugins or like any special effect, because they're just kind of like,
it's pretty raw.
It's like, pretty raw. That's just what makes them really cool too.
I feel like overproduced studio recordings, it's just hard to translate live, you know. And that's why you see like a lot of hip-hop artists, they don't really have like a live band backing them, because they would just throw off the sound. They just kind of have like the backing track, just knock it out, you know. So and that's one of the things I worried about as I was recording my thing too, because it's just me, right? You know what I mean? And I have like everything, like guitar, bass, three different synth parts and drums, and like every single song, you know what I mean? So then I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this live, you know? It's just not gonna sound the same. So it's things to think about sometimes.
That's true. Yeah, I've thought about that too, because like I was in a band. It was me, some of my best friend. I always hate when I say my best friend, because my other friends are like, man, I thought I was one of your good friends. There was like, so there's three singers. There was a bassist and a keyboard guy. Yeah. His name was Nate. He was a singer also for some of the songs, mainly Coldplay songs. We did a lot of covers. Okay. Then my brother Josh. he was a rhythm guitar and a singer for a lot of Weezer songs.
Okay.
And then there was me, and I was usually lead guitar.
Okay.
And a singer for what nobody else wanted to sing. And then we had a drummer.
Okay.
And we did, honestly, I can safely say we did pretty decent.
Yeah,
we didn't do any like paid gigs or anything, but we played in our school like
That's cool.
3 times or 4. Then we played at this like church dance thing, which everybody liked.
Yeah.
That we went to the studio tons of times. We got ripped off in what?
Yeah.
Like cost us up the butt.
Damn.
And the dude. Okay, I'm not afraid to burn this bridge. His name is
Okay.
If you ever want to go or know of anybody who's in a band who needs to go to a studio, direct them away from because he's in Modesto. I think his sound chamber is what he calls his place.
That's crazy.
He charges you up the butt, and whenever you want to do your vocals, and then he'll do the whole studio trick where he'll just try to narrate his life to you just to run the clock, because he's paid by the hour. But whenever you do your vocals, he'll insist on auto-tune. And he doesn't know how to use the auto-tune. So when you're singing, you're like trying to sing your parts, you're like, it's all cracky. And you're like, I can't even control this.
Yeah.
And we're like, can we turn it off? And he was always like, no, you're going to sound terrible if you turn it off. Like, he's that kind of like, I'm taking charge of your song kind of guy.
Yeah.
So, dude, but
crazy.
We went to plenty of studios. I think the best studio, just from experience, because we went to a ton, the best guy I think that we've had, he kind of struggles a bit with like the whole like, because he's kind of older, so he doesn't really know a lot about like the new technology and stuff. So you don't get the best quality with him, but he's a dope dude. He won't charge you up the butt. He will do whatever you want. His name is Roger. Totally forgot what he calls his studio, but that's also Modesto. This is kind of a reference to anybody out there listening who like has a band and is in the area, the Modesto area. But we went all the way down to Stockton too. Oh, wow. Stockton has this place. That's probably by far the best studio we've gone to because they're dope dudes. Yeah. Great sound quality. It's just far. That's the only problem, honestly. They were the Press Recording Studio. I'll probably link them.
Did they mix and master everything, or
they do. They do everything. Definitely. So they'll record you, they'll mix and master it, they'll do everything.
So you guys had a lot of original songs you took.
We do. We have them on SoundCloud and stuff.
How long ago was that?
Oof, dog. This was like 5 years ago. It was years ago. Okay. We haven't ever since like we graduated. Everybody like went their separate directions. We just didn't do anything. I've released 2 songs, very short songs. I was just messing around actually, and then I ended up liking them rarely, that's why I was like, dang, this has got to go because I actually like it. And it was just me. Okay. So I don't have any drums or anything. All I have is guitar and then this. Okay. And then what I have here. Yeah. So I was pretty proud of like, cause I got these, this drum kit on here and I played it here and I was surprised as how natural, how like it sounded. Yeah. So I was like, all right, this is dope. No. So I put 2 songs out there that are on my SoundCloud. If you guys want to go check it out, it's Kevin Moida. It's just my name. Yeah. Click on the link if I put it on there. But yeah, one thing I was gonna, so you go by Sabios is your, where did that come from? Band names or Sabios. Whatever names, like they have the most interesting backstories. Yeah. Our band had like 15 different names.
Yeah. Well, man, it goes back. But I'll just pretty much start from the most recent part in the story. So I was starting a new band with my homie.
I was gonna ask you about that too because I saw that.
The
band.
So I've been.
Sabios.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like you were asking, like, hey, was this a band or whatever? So I've been in a band with my homie Anthony. He's hella good on guitar. His name's Dramble Tony. You guys can look his stuff up on SoundCloud. No, wait, on Bandcamp, I think. Okay. So yeah, I've been playing music with him since we were like 13. You know what I mean? Back and forth. And so we did it like one more try. There's like a 4th, 5th band. And then I tried it out with my homie Jesse Rivera and Jorge. Jesse's actually UOJ. He's the one on the 2nd track.
Okay. I was gonna say you featured somebody.
Exactly. On there. So we got together. We're thinking of a band name, and then that's when Anthony brought up to the word sage. Like a wizard type thing or something. And then we're just kind of going back and forth and like, okay, it should be sage this or sage that. And then there was kind of like this Latino like rock movement thing. I don't know if you listen to like Chicano Batman and stuff like that.
I honestly don't.
Yeah, so there's like a little thing like that was kind of moving around here in the area. So then I was like, why don't we just do it in Spanish? And then I looked up sage in Spanish, and it was Sabios. Okay. And then I was like, okay, it has to be Sabios this or Sabios that. And then at the end of the day, we just agreed on Sabios. And so that was it. You know what I mean? Okay. And so then we play, like, honestly, like out of all the bands I've been in my life, that was like the funnest band. Yeah. We didn't get much done, but it was like hella fun.
But it was just fun to
jam. It was just fun, and the jams sounded hella good. Yeah. But as soon as it gets the time to like get to work, you know what I mean, it turns into kind of a can I cuss? I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
It's kind of a bitch, after a while. It's kind of like you by yourself making a song is already kind of difficult, but like bringing it to the table and then having people make parts.
That's the hardest part, dude.
It's either like, okay, make up a part on the spot, or hey, remember this drum part, or hey, this and that. So, it's hard, and then egos get involved too, and then all that stuff. But it wasn't like a horrible thing or anything like that. But yeah, we pretty much ended up, but I had a lot of fun with those guys, man. But we ended up kind of like going our separate ways. I was hella depressed. I was hella sad. I was like, damn, dude, like I'm hella older, like never did anything with music, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when I wrote pretty much like all 3 songs within like 8 months. You know what I mean? And then that's when I was like, hey, I think I'm just going to be Sabios by myself. I told my wife, and then she's just like, and I asked everybody, I was like, hey guys, is it cool if I use Sabios, like as my name? And they were like, nah, bro, I don't think so. It's a bad thing, but I didn't care. And then I kind of just did it, And
I mean, if they're not going to be involved.
That's what I told them. And then I know they weren't like, they haven't told me anything to this day. They were all hyped and very supportive. Very, very nice about the whole thing. And we're all really good friends, So, and then Jesse, so like I have like 3 main like musical people that I've really been going back and forth with since I was like 11, 12. That'd be my cousin Jesus, my friend Anthony, and my homie Jesse Rivera. And again, with Jesse, since high school, he's like 2 years younger than me, and we'd be going back and forth like in bands or making music. And I pretty much told him, I was like, hey man, I want to finish an EP, like you want to help me out, because he's really into like mixing and mastering. And he got involved in with the EP. He mixed all 3 songs. The first one he went like hours just mixing, and I feel like that's why it sounds so great. He played the drums on the first one, and he helped me out with vocals on the second song. And so shout out to Jesse. And man, so that's kind of how the name came about from that band.
Sabios.
Yeah,
we just our band names.
Yeah, dude.
We went through how many names? Okay, we were the Billy Goats for a while, and that was just a name that was just given to us because one guy, like one of our friends' dads, was like, "Yo, you guys sound like Billy Goats or something," and then we were just like, it just like stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess we're the Billy Goats now. I don't know.
Cool.
And then we were like, all right, let's change it up because Billy Goats sucks.
Yeah.
So then we went with. And just to get this on record, I had no say in any of these band names. So don't judge me for anything that I'm, But then there was the Backstops. No idea what that was. I think I was most against that one because like, what are we, the Backstreet Boys? What's the Backstops? And then we were Aeon Blue, and then we... this band name I have full responsibility for, and I'm ashamed. But the very first, it relates to our very first studio experience. So the very first time we as a band went to the studio, we didn't know anything. We were just trying to find a studio. We were freaking kids in high school too. We had no money. So we were trying to find a cheap place to go. And then we found out that there was this high school that has like a music program. That they did like recording. They did band stuff.
That's cooler.
So I was like, all right, sweet. We were like, charge like $15 an hour. So let's just do that. So we went. The dude who was like running the whole thing had like high schoolers like help him out.
Okay.
But that guy, he was very like, he's not a communicative feller. He doesn't really. I can tell he doesn't do a lot of talking to people.
Yeah.
So he was just kind of like, "Hey guys, welcome. You can just put your stuff in here and then get ready over there." Like, okay. It was very weird.
Yeah.
But after we did the whole thing, it sucked, by the way. That song never got released, I don't think.
Yeah. But did it sound good though? Like the quality?
No. The quality wasn't good. I mean, it's a high school, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really know what they were doing, I don't think. I think we ended up remastering that song though.
Okay.
But I'm not so sure. You can probably hear the delay right now a little bit. If it gets way too bad, that's when I restart it.
Yeah, no, I can really not. I can hear it a little bit on
when
mine.
you talk. Yeah, it's when you talk that you actually see it.
Nah, it's all good.
No, but last time, like it was getting so bad, like super quick. So way, like I think in the first 15 minutes, I had to restart it and it sucked. But anyway,
it's all good.
So after we recorded that, when I don't know what it is when you're like. I kind of know what it is actually. When you're going to the studio and you record something, and then for some reason at the end of the day, when you hear the whole mixed product or whatever, you're like, "Oh, it sounds dope," but it's not till like the next day or the second that you're like, "This is garbage."
Yeah,
you know?
No, yeah.
So we were just like hyped, like, "Oh, it was dope sesh, it was awesome." And then the guy was like, "All right, here, I just burned the song into your CD. What's your band name, by the way, so we can put it on?" And we hadn't had one at this time. We were like, "Oh crap, what are we?" So then we were kind of just like bouncing back and forth, like, "What are we?" And one thing about me and my brother, because I have a twin brother actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. We're short. We're really short, and our friends make fun of us, and we don't care. You know, we're not sensitive people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, we even embrace it. Like, they call us hobbits.
Yeah.
And my brother looks like exactly like Frodo Baggins.
Yeah.
So, we were just kind of like, "Hey, let's do something about us," because almost all of us were short people, except for our drummer, who was like twice our size. Yeah. So it was a really funny kind of group looking thing. But we were like, let's do something about like maybe Frodo stuff, maybe Hobbit stuff. And since the Shire, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
A long time ago. I've seen it once.
So like the Shire, where all the hobbits live, the film location is in New Zealand.
Okay.
So they filmed all that in New Zealand.
Okay.
So I was like, "Yo, what about Zealand? Let's call ourselves Zealand." And nobody had any objections to it. And that was our, I guess, very first band name, which I had. That's probably why I like clocked myself out of the rest, because I was like, I made a dumb decision. I don't want to be a part of that. So Zealand was our first band name.
That's funny.
And yeah, it was funny. And then all the guys were like, "Dude, why are we Zealand? It sucks." Every time we saw, I think it like, maybe it's not too bad, but I think since the song that was kind of staple to that band name was garbage, we all just kind of were like, "That's super dumb."
And was this before what was it again?
Billy Goats?
Billy Goats?
Yes, it was before Billy Goats. This was definitely the first time. Here, we're gonna reset it right now because it's just getting annoying.
It's all good.
And we'll be right back. Sometimes and then I don't have it clicked. There you go.
Internal hard drive and the RAM.
I'm going to haven't.
I did that.
I haven't done I did it with another Mac. I changed the RAM.
Okay. Yeah, the RAM.
Not the RAM, the hard drive. I didn't change the RAM.
I changed the RAM and the hard drive, and it's like a brand new computer.
Really?
Yeah.
The hard drive, dude, that freaking changes it. I got this like Samsung Evo.
The Samsung same one.
Yeah. That one is killer. I just built my own gaming PC actually.
Oh, did you? Cool.
I did.
That's cool.
I know. And I wanted that for like music stuff too, because like here you can't get like FL Studio and mainly that one. True.
Yeah, a lot of I've seen a couple of people use that, especially when I was in high school.
Yeah,
a lot of people had that.
Yeah. So I was like, and plus I'm addicted to games. I used to be very addicted to games.
You played a lot.
I played too much. My eyes bled. Like, insane. It was it was unhealthy.
Yeah.
Do you play a lot of games?
I know more people that are into it far more than I am, but I was definitely like obsessed with certain games at certain times. Halo 3, you know.
Oh, Halos, dude.
I was on there for hours, you know. I like Left 4 Dead.
Oh, Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead's a killer game.
That's a good game.
I love that game. Playing that with friends, that shit's fun.
It's good.
It's a good ass game. And right now, just like my main game is FIFA. I've been buying it for like 8 years straight.
I can't get into those sports games, man.
I really like FIFA a lot. FIFA,
a lot of people
2K,
like FIFA, yeah.
Yeah. Madden, I just got into it last year. It's pretty cool. I dig it, man. I don't know. I just like something that I can just like go online and play like 2 matches and then just dip. You know, like adventure games, story modes and stuff like that. Like I just don't have the time for it sometimes, you know. Grand Theft Auto, you know, I try as much as I
played a ton.
You know what I mean? I get too obsessed and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta stop, dude, because then I'm just there for hours. You know what I mean? But I like something. I still like video games, just something fast and boom, knock it out.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto was unhealthy because I would take every death personal.
Yeah,
like I'd play online all the time. That's
hilarious,
dude. I would get so mad. Like I actually was about to like get rid of it one time because I was like, I'm getting really mad over a game. Yeah. This is unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like I was
like in real life, it affects you.
Yeah. It does. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna grow gray hairs pretty soon because of those like encounters I had in that game.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, I've broken controllers and shit because of FIFA. And it's you stop and think later, like probably like a day later, like that was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Like I actually my Grand Theft Auto case is all like broken up because one time like I hated the game and then I just grabbed the case
and
I
went to go
like,
look for it and you're like,
I just broke it and then I was like, and then the next day I'm like, I have a problem. I gotta go see somebody.
It's pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
But no, I mess with video games and like that Spider-Man game had came out and I was like this close to just going and buying a PS4.
Oh really?
And I was like, man, I need that. But also I calmed down and Smash Bros came out I think yesterday.
Dude, we just got it.
I just got it.
We were just playing right now.
And I was like, man, I want to get that, but
you should get it.
I want to. I think I might wait a couple of months because I just bought a big synth. And then,
you did.
So I'm just kind of focused on that right now and studying for some stuff. So
I like how we were talking about like music and all that. And now we're talking about the bane.
Yeah.
Of music production. It's like games and all that.
Straight up.
Man, that's like what I think about a lot. Like I just built my gaming PC, then I just got Smash Bros. I'm like, am I making wise decisions by doing these purchases?
It's fun, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
What I think about is like, I mean, it's a good, like, because if you're working all the time, you can get burnt out really quick. And then you don't, it's like worse because then you just don't make good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done that with like music and stuff. Sometimes I really want to make a song. Like I was like, I'm going to make a song right now. I'm going to get one out. Like but once I have that and then I just do that, after I make a couple riffs, I'm burnt out, but I'm still trying to do it. And you're not going to get anything done. Yeah. It just doesn't happen.
It's hard, man. Like I can honestly say, like, let's say like you just not like have no ideas like the whole day and then you just kind of like, hey, I'm going to make a song, but you have like no idea where you're going to start at and you sit down and then you just kind of start playing random ass chords and a little drum part or whatever. And then you're hella mad by the end of the day because you didn't make shit. And you said, oh man, I put time towards it, you know?
Yeah.
And it sucks because then it's like, it's hella, I don't know what's the word. Just like, it kind of like breaks your spirit.
It's like demoralizing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then it's like, I'll try it again tomorrow. And then you can do 5 days straight, like 3 hours a day, and you don't make shit, dude.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And I can say, like, at least my songs, like, it's been, like, super random. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to make a song.
That's when you make the good songs. That's what happened with the 2 good ones I made, too.
Yeah, it's just, like, random. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're going to delve into it later. But, yeah, I'll let you know. Like, pretty much, like, I was listening to like this one song and I was just cooking, and then on like the song there was like a beat part, and then I started just like humming melodies, and then that's how I was able to make a melody.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh damn, okay. And then I was like, let me find some chords for it, and then boom, I just knocked it out. You know. Yeah. So it's weird, man. It's just weird, and it's kind of like, okay, well, I hope I can do that 5 more times for my next project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I would like to like be able to like say like, oh, like I'm gonna make these songs today and they're gonna come out fine, but it's just not like that. So
yeah, it's not. Like I hate it when my biggest enemy is when I get a good idea for a part, and that's it. It's just like a part. Like I get a great idea for like a chorus, and I play it, and I was like, dude, this sounds sick.
Yeah.
But or I have my like wall is making like a bridge or a verse. It just that doesn't flow with the chorus. You know.
That's true.
So then I have a ton of sound, like just tracks on here that are just parts.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a good verse here, a good chorus there, and then sometimes like, oh, I made a good verse here the other day. Let me see if it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't flow. You know what I'm saying?
And the way I look at it too is, if you don't actually go and record it, then you never really get it out of your head, your system. You know what I mean? So, like I always tell like other musicians, like I think of every like I told you, I have like 300 songs. Like every single one of those songs, I look at it as like a basketball shot, and I missed. I hit the rim, I hit the backboard, and I missed. You know what I mean? But like, you just got to keep shooting, man, until you freaking like make it. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's how it is, you know? So it's just like, you have to get it out, record it, no matter how shitty it is, try to finish as much as you can. You know what I mean? And then, okay, if it's really trash by the end of the week or end of the month or end of the year, all right, whatever, just kind of keep moving along, you know? But I'm constantly always trying to like make something new, you know? Like all these songs, I didn't finish them all like in one take, you know? Like, this one's completed, let me start the next. No, hell no, it was just pieces. You know, it was a horrible process, you know? And it's stressful, and it's almost like I look back at it and I'm like, how much of that time was I actually like happy or hyped, you know? Like I was just stressed and angry, and then like I felt like shit, I felt like I sucked. But then it's like the finished product is like the most beautiful fucking feeling ever. Like when you feel like it finally came together, it's like, oh my God, like I don't know how to describe that, you know? So it's weird, man. It's just like, if I can tell anything to people, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like this big shot or whatever, but if I can tell anything to people that are writing music, it's just like, just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Just like literally just
that's
keep
all you
doing
can
it.
do is just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it, man. And then little by little.
Yeah.
You'll finish.
I didn't realize how big the delay got because I wasn't talking.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's not too bad right now.
Yeah.
It'll get worse.
It's all good.
Just you wait. Big on that one.
I like that.
Yeah, I got a soundboard. I haven't used it at all the whole time.
Yeah.
All I have is oof. Oh, you know why?
Watch your profanity.
There you go. Hey,
man, that was for me.
Watch your profanity, dude.
That,
dang, that delay. New RAM, new hard drive.
Yeah, man, I recommend it.
Okay, we're gonna restart it one more time. Analyzing. There we go. We're back in. I think. Yeah, we are. Yeah, dude, this is so like stressful.
Yeah, no. it's
like,
cool. Yeah, even when
I restart it and everything, and it just doesn't.
Even recording wise, like my shit will like completely just shut down sometimes because it's just too much stuff that's plugged in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, so I do recommend that. It makes it a lot easier to work with.
Yeah, I was like, I should just get an iMac.
Yeah, that's what I thought about doing too.
But then I was like, I'm not going to bring an iMac over here. I need a laptop to record all this. I'm still super like new to the whole podcast stuff.
Yeah.
So slowly I'm getting there, obviously.
Yeah. It's a cool setup regardless though.
Thanks, dude. Mm-hmm. Thanks. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get another camera because I had, for my other episode, I want to have two cameras, just one here, one there, one one voicing you, my friend, and then one voicing me.
Yeah.
Freaking Bugs Bunny over here. Gosh dang it.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. I'm hunting rabbits. Dude, Looney Tunes, man. That was my thing when I was a kid.
Yeah, Space Jam 2, you know? Space Jam 2, man. So we'll see what's up with that. We know LeBron James.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, you know, I was scared because I totally, you know, I've been scheduling a ton of people for the podcast. And, you know, that's why I had to, like, schedule you. I scheduled you, like, 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So I like lose track of, like, conversations I've had with other people.
Yeah.
Then I was like, so I'm not going to try to sound like a creep, guys, because I'm not. I'm just trying to be a good host. Like the reason I knew about like that you had a band called Sabios and all that was because I'll dive into my guests' Instagram, maybe their Facebook. I have to, you know, I have to get information. It's information that's already public. I'm not
if it's out
hiring a private investigator to sneak up on this dude and figure out things. No, so
that's what I assume, man. Like if you're gonna you're gonna interview people and you need background information, you'll kind of look into it.
There's this one I always talk about Bill Burr in this podcast, but there's this one interview he was in where this guy had no idea about Bill Burr basically, and didn't know about his movies, and he just kept making these like references that made no sense, and then Bill Burr saw right through and was like, dude, you don't even know anything. Why are you interviewing me? You don't care.
Yeah.
Why are you here? And he just left. It was super funny.
Have you seen his name is Nardwar or Nardwar? It's like this like Canadian dude with like curly ass hair, like circle glasses, and he interviews artists like up and coming or like pretty established.
Oh, really?
He's interviewed Jay-Z and like whoever, like Tyler the Creator, like the year he became pretty cool, like 2011 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he like hella like does like a deep like investigation of them, and then
really?
like brings up stuff, and then they're like, what the hell, how do you know? And I think that interview is so cool because it's kind of like how much of that stuff do you actually have out there that's like public for everyone to see, and then how do people find out like an artist's birthday or like how old they are, or what year they were born? Like, do they let it out, or do like people find out like some weird way? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, was it? Do you watch Hot Ones at all?
Hot Ones, the Wing Show.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Yeah,
he also interviews, and then a ton of his guests always say, "Dude, you have like great questions." That they've never like. He's a really good interviewer.
It's always
I watch
entertaining
him all the time
as hell,
too.
and I like how like when they bite it and they're like hella suffering.
Yeah,
he asks them like the hard ass questions. Like, oh, shit. Like you can't even
It's like,
think
you expect
straight.
me to answer this?
Yeah,
My mouth is on fire, dude. I would die on that show.
One of the recent ones I watched was with Jeff Goldblum. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That was really good.
I saw that one.
I like just hearing that guy talk, man. So it's cool.
That guy is just. Some of these celebrities, just their personalities.
Yeah, it's just so like damn,
interesting.
Dude.
But what I was gonna say about diving into your Insta is I was scared because I lost track of the conversation. Right? I didn't know if I asked. So I didn't know if I made it clear to you that I was here in this area. And it looked like you were living in San Fran. Because I was like, wait a minute, a ton of his pictures here are in San Francisco. I was like, does he know? I'm all the way over here, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Driving all the way down. And then I looked back and I was like, okay, no, I told you. Yeah,
dude.
just like
I'm literally down the street, so it's all good, bro. But
really? You live really close by?
Yeah, I live like down Hatch, dude. So I'm good, man.
I saw also that you're in real estate, aren't you?
I'm a realtor, man. Actually, yeah, I sell houses. That's my occupation.
Yeah. I was gonna do a commercial real estate.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but that didn't. Not that it didn't work out. Just dude, the whole. Because I mean, I'm pretty young. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Dude, that's exactly what I guessed.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because me and my wife were just chilling there, and she was like, "Is this guy like way older than us?" Or I was like, "Nah, he's around. He's probably like around 24."
Yeah.
And so, shout out to me. I guess that right.
Yeah.
But
how old are you guys? You guys same age or?
I'm 22. She's 21. Yeah.
Okay.
I just turned 22 actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Wait, who turned 22 last month?
Happy birthday.
Oh, to you?
Yeah, happy birthday to me.
Hey, man, happy birthday.
Thank
happy
you.
late birthday, dude. If I would have known, dude.
Yeah, you would have got me a house, right?
I would have bought you a house, dude.
You would have got, see?
Yeah, not help you buy the house. Buy the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was going to do, next year, we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, dude.
I was going to do commercial real estate. But what happened, dude, it was just insane. I still feel bad. I wanted to get this out of my chest. I feel really bad about it because... so I was living with my parents, obviously, and I was gonna get married and all this.
Yes.
And so it was just a crazy time. So I used to do YouTube.
Okay.
I have a YouTube channel. I have like a ton of videos there. And there was a period of time where I talked about this before, where I just went dark.
Yeah,
because this was a time when I was just trying to figure out like how am I gonna live, right?
Yeah.
So because my parents were like, all right, we're moving to Idaho, so you guys have to find somewhere. They were like we're kicking you out. They're kind of just letting us like, hey, this is happening. You know?
Like come through or stay, pretty much.
So and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get married. I gotta find a place to stay anyway so we can live together. And then she's doing school. I was doing school. I have to figure out a way to pay for it. So, you know what I'm saying? I was working as a handyman. I had like 3 jobs. And then I was like, dang, what's like just trying to figure everything out. I was job hungry, applying everywhere.
Yeah.
And then this one, I was a handyman in this office complex was during when all this was going down. And there was a Berkshire Hathaway right there. And I mean... everybody kind of knew me because I was just like the guy who was just going around fixing things, you know?
Yeah.
And then one of the guys, I don't know if Tanner, Mr. Tanner. I mean, nobody's gonna find out who he is. I'm just saying his name. You know,
Your show's gonna get big, bro, and people are gonna be.
people are gonna investigate, hunt him down. But Mr. Tanner, he was he was a commercial real estate agent for this place, and dude, homie loved me. Like every time he see me, he's like, "Hey, Kevin, how you doing?" He'd just talk to me, and he was a really dope guy. And then he was like, "Hey, you want to be a commercial real estate agent?" And I was like, "Oh, sure," you know, because I was like, let's sure, why not? Let's try it out.
Yeah.
So then he got me to meet with his manager and all that, and then told me everything I needed to do. You know, take the test online to get your license and everything.
Yeah.
And I was literally gonna do it. You know, I was like, all right, let's do it. It cost a bit of money, so I was like, I got to save up a little bit because at the time I was freaking broke too.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do this. But then since I was job hungry and I was just applying everywhere, I got basically talked back about this other job I got, which I'm a programmer now. So I'm a programmer at a custom metal shop. And it was like, they were like, yeah, I pay good. You got benefits, all this. And I was like, all right, sweet. So I did that. I went there. I got the job. And then all this happened. And just everything was just so like jumbled together, and then I left obviously the handyman job and all that, so then I didn't really see them anymore, and I don't know what happened, but the whole commercial real estate thing just left, you know what I'm saying? Because everything, I had just had so much on my plate at the time, I think, and it just kind of flew by. And then I was like, it didn't come back to me until I guess it was like a joke of The Office kind of. There was like this flying check around for me about like gas, because I had to drive somewhere and come back. So they paid me for gas. It was like it was like $2, but they had to pay me, you know. But it was just a joke of The Office that Kevin needs $2. You need to pay me $2. So every time I'd get it, I don't know why I always delayed on putting it in, and then I'd lose it, so then I had to make another $2 check. But she called me back. It's like, Kevin, you don't work here anymore, but we still have to pay your $2. So just give me your address so I can just send it to your place. I finally got it and I put it in. But
that's good.
then she was like, oh, and by the way, Mr. Tanner says if you can call him. And I was like, oh, Mr. Tanner, oh crap. And I just felt really bad, and because I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore, because it wasn't really something I was like super like. It was just, at the time I was like, I need something. And I was like, oh, this is going to pay great. You know, this is going to be good. And I'm into like so many other stuff that I'm trying to get started. But I always felt really bad about that whole like not even miscommunication. It was definitely my fault, because I just didn't put it on my priority list, I guess. I put it on hold for too long. But yeah, dude, I was like, you're like in real estate. And then I was like, oh, my guilt.
Hilarious.
But how long have you been doing that?
Well, my dad's a realtor. So, I was working at KFC when I was like 18.
Okay.
And then,
love the chicken, dude.
The chicken, was solid, man. And, it's weird how you could compare and see like how good chicken tastes like sometimes, you know? Exactly. But I was chicken there.
Connoisseur.
You had to be a chicken master. You had to pass a test in order to be the chef there. So.
Chicken master.
I know it's gonna be a big deal, and I thought I got hired on as a cashier, and they sent my ass back to the kitchen, and it sucked, dude. I'm not gonna lie. But it was fun. It taught me, to appreciate my money and everything. So yeah, that's cool. Whatever. So I was going to MJC, and then my dad was like, "Hey, you know what? I'll work with your hours. I really need someone to help me out with like marketing and just like a bunch of just like his little assistant, pretty much." Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I get to be clean, and or work in the office. Cool, So I was just kind of doing that. I never really took it seriously because I was more focused on school and just screwing around or whatever. And then MJC, I almost dropped out because my grades were really bad, and then so I told myself I'm just gonna do real estate full time, and then my dad's like, okay, you need to get your real estate license. But then I got like really focused in school, and I started getting really solid grades, And so as I transferred over to Stan, to Turlock, I got my license. And then he's like, okay, you can help me with showings now and open houses and writing contracts and all that stuff. And I was like, cool. Still, I didn't want to be a realtor, you know. I was like, I'm a graduate and probably I want to be a history teacher, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna do that or whatever. But then by the end of like my last year of Stan, I got married.
Yeah.
And so I told my wife, I was like, hey, you know, you can go do your credentials while I work, you know. I'll do the hard stuff.
Exactly.
I'll pay the bills, you know.
That's what I wanted to do too.
Right.
I was like,
and so it's kind of like, all right, and I'll do that. And then I dwelled myself into the business, and my dad's like, all right, cool, you know, like get your clients, you know, and we'll work this way and that. And then I became like a realtor on my own, you know. I wasn't working for him anymore. And then the paychecks started looking pretty good, and then I kind of just like suck it up. Yeah. And the thing I like about real estate, I mean, it's up and down, man. 1 month you can make $0, and another month you can make a lot more than $0.
Yeah, I knew that much.
You know what I mean? So like, it's all about sales. It's all about commission. But it's fun, I think, because there's like no limit on how much you can make, you know?
Right.
But it's just, you got to be realistic too. Like if you hop into it, you're not going to be making like thousands per second. You know what I mean? Like it's a process and learning how to talk with clients, all that stuff. So,
yeah.
And what I liked about real estate, it's your own schedule. And it really gave me time to like do music, you know? I have some friends, you know, or people we know that work all the way in the Bay Area and have to, like you said, you work all day and then you have to drive hella far, and your ass is burnt out by the end of the day, you know, and then you got to wake up again, and there's no time for music, there's no time to work out, there's no time to hang out with family sometimes, and it sucks, you know what I mean? A lot of us are in those positions, you know, and luckily I had this opportunity with real estate, and who knows how long the market's going to look pretty solid. One day we can all crash again, and then I got to go find something else to do, but at least I have a degree and I can probably go do the whole history thing still. But at least right now I'm sticking it out with real estate so I can focus on my music a lot.
You definitely have doors open though. I mean,
that's a good thing, you know, and I think that was my goal when I was like 20. I was like, I want to have like options, you know, I want to be able to be like 35 and like if I hate real estate, I can just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go get my credentials and be a teacher, or you know what, I'm gonna get my master's in this and do this and that, you know. Just to kind of have those doors open just in case, you know. And I always told myself, as soon as I get my bachelor's, I'll just do real estate and like do the whole music thing, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do that, man, like really badly, you know. And I put a lot of pressure, I guess, on myself with this EP, you know. As when I released it, I thought it was like a solid project, but I told myself like, hey, if like the reception is horrible, like I'll probably just stop. You know what I mean? And then, like, I told myself that I'll probably just stop, and I just wanted to release one project. You know what I mean? Anyways, that was like my goal in my life, and at least say, hey, look, I made these 3 songs by myself. You know what I mean? And to just show people, because I've always been posting stuff on Snapchat and Instagram, like working on music. You know what I mean? But like you said, there's like people that like kind of just work on music, but they're not like that serious. So that's why they're not showing anything for it. And that was me. You know, I'd release like a couple beats because I was really into sampling and stuff like that. And but nothing too serious, man. And then so I felt like even when I announced it, people were kind of like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like we've always seen that you were like
working on it.
Or you show pictures of pianos and shit. So that's cool. Like I feel like I was surprised how many people were actually like anticipating it, you know. And and I don't want to like knock them or anything, but I feel like it wasn't so much like, oh, I'm so excited to hear Eric's stuff. It's just like all the curiosity, like, oh dude, I wonder what it is, what it sounds like, and how shitty it's gonna be, you know what I mean? And so then like that shit comes out, and then I feel like I surprised people, you know what I mean, with like the quality of it, and like the, you know, the construction of the songs, and like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't really in any realm of like the Modesto music scene or whatever that might be, or people that aren't into it. Like I was just trying to like please both crowds as much as I can, you know? And I'm not seeing it accomplish hella shit, but a lot of people listen to it, and I don't know, man. Like people I haven't talked to in years were like posting it on Instagram and on Twitter, and they weren't even like adding me. They were just like, oh, I dig this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even my best friends won't post it. Not trying to knock them, but it's just kind of like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? They're like strangers, straight up, like, I love it, dude. Yeah. And they're not even trying to show, like, you know how
stranger.
Exactly. They reached out, man. You know, like people aren't really trying to like kiss ass or anything like that. They genuinely just are showing other people like, this is, I like this song. Yeah. And that's
dope. That's dope music, dude.
That was like the best feeling in the world. You know what I mean?
It's dope music, man.
Appreciate it, dude. I'll appreciate it, man. Yeah. And so with this reception, and then like like really getting into it and knowing, hey, I can finish songs. Like now I'm like, maybe I'll try a second project. You know, maybe I'll make a music video. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll,
you just gotta keep at it though, because like that's what happened with me. Is like I released one song, right, and then I was like, all right, this is dope, and then I released another one because I was like kind of like digging it, and then I was like, I'm addicted to this. I'm gonna release a third one. I never released a third one. So you just gotta make sure you just gotta keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Continuous thing. My favorite one that you have is Goodbye Goodnight. Honestly.
Oh man, appreciate it.
That one's dope. I listen to that one a time. I mean, the rest of them are cool. The Sour Gum's the one that you have that featured.
UOJ, featured UOJ on that.
Does he make music too?
So he does. So Jesse, man, he's been making music. So I'll throw in another little backstory. My bad, dude. These backstories.
Go for it.
But high school, I watched 500 Days of Summer.
Okay.
Hella like that movie.
Yeah.
In the movie, they really the Smiths play like a big role, right? And so I hella got into the Smiths, also because I was trying to impress this girl who ended up being my wife. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I was hella into the Smiths. There's a song called "This Charming Man," and absolutely love that song. And so I was trying to learn it in my guitar class senior year. And this guy's your age, by the way, he's a sophomore. And then he's like the only person there. He gets up and he's like, hey, man, is that This Charming Man by the Smiths? I was like, yeah, dude, what the hell? How do you know? And then he comes over and he plays the part. And I was like, oh, shit, dude. I was like, I know the chords. And then, like, because I was trying to convince my band to cover that song at the time. And then after that, we just clicked, like, straight up. Like, he loved the Arctic Monkeys. He loved the Smiths. He also loved, like, hip-hop and stuff like I did.
Yeah.
It was just, like a perfect, like, mesh of a lot of, like things we liked.
Yeah.
And we really got involved musically. He was in this one band earlier with my cousins called Mr. Forest Green. We released the EP with them, and then with the Sabios band, and then again he helped me with the whole thing. And he's a musician on his own, and he's trying to make his own stuff. You know, he's still insecure about a lot of his songs.
Yeah, of course,
as we all are. And I was like, and he's also 22 right now. And then he was just saying like, oh man, my shit sucks, And I'm like, yo, bro, like my shit sucked when I was 22, 23, and maybe it still does right now. But like I'm
you never know. Honestly.
Yeah, dude. Like it's weird because people are like, I dig that. Like for example, Sour Gum. Before that, he wasn't featured at all, right? And I had a completely different part, and I had a rapping part, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like I hated the rapping part, and I was like, I know this shit sucks, you know, I need confirmation. I showed it to like 12 people. Oh, that shit's dope, Eric. Keep it. Yeah. But I was like, no, man, like it's wrong. Like you guys are just being like nice. And I took it to people that were like mean, and they were just like, no, yeah, I dig it. But it just wasn't clicking in my head. It just did not make sense. And finally, like the day, because I had like an EP release party, and Diego was there, and the day he was hella hyped. You know what I mean? He did like 3 keg stands or whatever. So like before we show it, the night before, literally, I took off my rapping part, everything. And I threw his ass on the verse to sing, and I thought it sounded hella good. Yeah, like that's people's like favorite part, like his verse right there. You know what I mean? And then like I just wrote the lyrics, we made the melody together, and then we sing the chorus together. And he came through, man, hella clutch, and helped out. And like I said, he mixed and mastered it, so helped out. Like it's not just me, you know what I mean? Like sure, I constructed the songs or whatever, but like without the encouragement of other people, without like the drum parts, and also on that song Sour Gum, my wife's sister's boyfriend, his name is Andrew. He's in this band called Valley Wolf. They're a pretty solid band, dude. I'll send you a link. You might want to have them in here later. He plays crazy ass bass, dude, and he came and he just like dropped a funky ass part and just dipped. You know what I mean? And then I just kept it, and Jesse came through, helped me with the vocals. So that was like us three never sat down and actually made the song, but I just took parts from everybody and boom, made it what it is, you know. And they were all shocked when they heard it at the end. They're like, oh, I never like. You know, they just didn't know what they were doing.
Exactly.
And I put it all together, you know?
It's interesting whenever you hear it all together. Yeah. Like, oh, wait, that's my part in this song. Exactly.
Even Jesse's like, I still feel like that's not even me singing. And I was like, well, it is, dog. And then Andrew was just like, oh, man, I just left my bass. And like, it was in February when he put his bass part down, and he just never heard from me again, you know? Like, I saw him here and there, but like, I just never told him about it. And then one day I was like, hey, dude, I'm gonna use your bass part. I was like, cool. He's like, yeah, fuck it, dude. No, all right, cool. And, but yeah, man, Jesse helped out like crazy. And, I forgot what the question was, man. But
no, like, it's good. No, it
was there. Yeah,
I was talking about Sour Gum.
Sour Gum, UOJ. Yeah.
So Jesse, dude, put out some music, man.
Yeah, dude.
I want to hear your
seriously,
stuff.
Man.
Honestly, you might think it sucks.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people actually dig it. That was like with me. I've made I used to be a freelancer actually.
Okay,
So I
okay.
used to make music for just random people on this
Yeah.
site called Fiverr. I don't know if you've probably heard of it.
I
Some
haven't,
people
dude.
have. But
In what way? Like beats or like songwriting?
no, like
or?
just acoustic and melody. So they would just send me their lyrics and they just wanted a song. That's it. So they'd just be like, here's the lyrics and make me a song.
That's crazy.
So then I was like, okay, cool. Because I was pretty good at just kind of like, playing around with the guitar, making something dope. Because it wasn't, I don't know, it was different because it wasn't my music.
Yeah.
That's always what I felt. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this isn't stuff that I'm composing it,
Yeah.
but the lyrics aren't mine. I'm just composing the song, and I don't know why. Like it was weird, but dude, I got 5-star reviews all the time.
That's sick, dude.
And that was kind of like a little boost for me. I was like, maybe I can make good music.
Yeah,
That's
that
like,
actually
people
sounds
love.
fun. You know what I mean?
It is fun, but dude, it's no joke when people say once your hobby becomes like work,
Yeah.
it can kind of kill it. Because dude, it got pretty stressful. I feel like it's just I got too big for just me, I guess. It got too stressful. I was getting a ton of gigs.
Yeah.
And I have like deadlines. That was the biggest issue with me, the dumb deadlines. If I didn't have the deadlines, maybe I was going to be okay.
Can't continue doing it.
Yeah, so I'll have like, all right, 5 new orders. All of them have to be done in like 3 days.
That's crazy.
That's insane. And you're a musician. 3 days, 5 songs.
Yeah.
What?
You straight up need to not have like a job and be doing that shit all day.
And it was just,
I do think deadlines are good.
they're good.
But yeah, at that when it's something you're not even
Realistically.
passionate about, and you're just kind of like, oh, hurry the fuck up. Like I don't know about that.
Yeah.
With the EP, like I put a deadline. Like I told Jesse, I'm releasing on October 25th, and that's it, dude. And I was like, the songs weren't done. You know what I mean? I was 3 weeks away, and just having that shit in the background, it's just. And announcing it to the public, not just like in your brain, like
it's set in stone. People are gonna wait for this.
And what's funny is like we finished mixing, mastering October 24th at night, right? Finished it. So I'm like, all right, we high five. He like Jesse had hella homework. I felt so bad, dude. But yeah, so we finished it. So I go home and I put it on CD Baby or whatever to publish it on Spotify. I submit all that shit, dude, because they said, oh, we'll have it up within hours, dude, like uploaded. And I was like, hell yeah, bro. So I knocked that shit out. And then there's like, all right, give us a week. And I was like, what? And I was like, dude, like what the hell? Like, and I was freaking out. And I was just trying, and yeah, straight up Spotify, Apple, they said it should take 5 to 7 days. And I was like, dude, I told like the world it's coming out tomorrow, freaked out. And so I had to tell everybody. Like I woke up the next day and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell a few people. Like no one's even gonna notice. And then I had like 4 or 5 people like hit me up like, yo man, I'm looking for Apple Music, I can't find it. It's not on Spotify. And then I was like, oh shit, people care. And so then I went on Instagram.
Oh man, oh crap.
Yeah,
people
dude.
care.
And then I was like, yo guys, this shit's getting delayed, my bad. And everybody's like, it's cool, Eric, we're hyped, you know what I mean? And then finally it comes out, and then you know what I mean. So but the deadline was good. People were like, where's it at? You know what I mean? Like straight up, where's it at, dude? And so it's a cool feeling, man. Cool feeling. But yeah, having that deadline, if it's your project,
if it's your project, and realistic deadlines too.
Yeah,
it's like,
realistic
you ain't gonna
shit,
make 5 songs in 3 days that are good.
Yeah.
I'll make a twinkle twinkle little star for you.
Yeah, like something hella simple.
So, but yeah, that was a good like kind of I guess experience.
I like that. It's almost like practice worksheets, you know what I mean? Like a pre-test, like I don't know, like you get to practice with somebody else or something like that, and if they dig it, then whatever. It's not like they're gonna die.
I mean, I did have a couple that just were really picky. There's this one, I felt bad because it was a song for this guy's daughter's funeral.
Oh man.
So I was like, oh, there's some weight here. You know?
Dude.
I was like, oh shoot. So I made it, and I tried to. I at the time too, dude. I think I was a sophomore. I knew very minimal about I didn't have condenser mics. I was running on a dynamic mic. That's it. Just one dynamic mic. The Blue Icicle. I don't know if you know what that is.
I got a Blue mic. Yeah.
And just. Like it was just dumb quality. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, I didn't put any compressors. I didn't do anything with it, So, but he was just like, oh, the song sounds good, but it's just not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
I felt really, really bad about that.
That's tough,
one.
man.
That is tough.
I honestly, I wouldn't even know how to approach that, to be honest.
Dude.
Like, song-wise, no idea.
There was a couple I didn't approach just because they're just dumb. Like some person was like, I need you to sing a song about alligators for children. I was like, sorry, I don't do that. Or another person wanted me to make an ABC song, and I was like, I don't do that, sorry.
Yeah,
I just can't make that. I'm gonna be giggling the whole time.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't,
hilarious.
Can't expect that. But yeah, that's what I
But that's cool, man. It's cool to have that and
experience. It's experience.
Yeah. And like something I kind of look at sometimes, like music wise, like what I would like or whatever. I would like to like write music for other people. You know what I mean? Like if I get to a point where I can just write music for like other artists, I'd love it. You know what I mean? Because I understand maybe sometimes I might not have the voice for it or the look for it and whatnot, you know?
Did you hear that?
I did hear that little click.
What was that?
I don't know, man. I heard that. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if that was gonna stop recording or something.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So if I can just like be like a songwriter, I'd be hella cool with that, to be honest.
Yeah, that'd be dope. You know Sia was a songwriter?
Yeah. I seen that. Yeah, she wrote some solid songs.
Yeah, she used to be just the shadow in the background, just
also
artists.
Bruno Mars, he was a songwriter.
That's true.
John Legend was a songwriter. You know The Dream, he's like R&B singer. Like he has some cool songs, but he wrote like Umbrella for Rihanna. Like he has like a lot of like So there's like a lot of like people that are their own artists, but beforehand they were like songwriters, you know. And a lot of times because they just didn't fit the bill, or they were like, you know what, we just don't know how to market you. Like Bruno Mars, he told him that he's like a little Filipino dude or a Hawaiian dude or something,
whatever.
And then we're just like, yeah, dude, like I don't know who's your market, we don't know, but then everyone likes him, they all love him, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like I would kind of get it, but I feel like right now it's different, only because like I feel like labels are still involved. Like even though we think like, oh, it's all about the independent artists nowadays, like you can tell like
labels still finance the crap out of you.
There's still ways that they're hella involved. Like like I don't know what's her name. Her name is Clario, I think. She it's like this like indie artists, like but they're like have a big profile now. Like she came out with this YouTube video and it was like all cute on a webcam, and the song was pretty cool, you know, and she got hella popular off of it. So and then she became like a pretty well-known artist, and people thought like she did it all on her own, and then they found out like her dad was like the marketing strategist for Coca-Cola or like some big stuff. And then they were kind of like I don't know,
they got suspicious.
And so a lot of people are starting to say like a lot of these like up and coming unknown artists or whatever, like they're actually like funded like by labels. Like that's like the label has found out a new way of marketing these artists, you know, through like, oh look, they did it on their own, it's lo-fi, or it's, you know what I mean, because that's what's cool right now, you know what I mean? So then it kind of like like it kind of like makes you feel crappy, like, oh, I thought I could do it on my own too,
you know that's my biggest fear is the marketing thing. Because like anytime I make something, even with the podcast or anything, I always feel like, well, not always feel, but like my biggest fear is like, I wonder if I'm marketing this correctly. Like, I don't like. What if I'm burning myself out in the wrong spot? You know? Like, that's always been like such a mystery kind of for me. It's just like I don't know how to like properly market this. What? What are the tips? Like the tricks? You know, that's what I was.
That's all
like,
true.
That's like what that's one of the things I am always thinking about. Is like, how do I get this really out there and market it? You know? So I'm gonna take a marketing class. Actually, I already
do it. I recommend it. Yeah, because even with the like the EP, like I was hella hyped coming up to the release, and I was told everybody, I was like, man, once you have a product, like it's easy to move forward. You know, like you can just promote it, market it, or whatever. And then I finally had a product. It came out. Good amount of people listened to it, but then I'm like, okay, like what's next? Like, how do I get more listens? You know, like I don't want to like buy people, like pay people to listen to it. You know what I mean? I would love for it to organically grow. But it's like, how can I honestly make it reach other people? And it's just like word of mouth, you know. But like, I don't know how long are you gonna rely on that. So then it's kind of weird. You're just kind of stuck with this EP, you know. And a lot of ways we discover new artists, at least me personally, is like through like a Spotify playlist or Apple playlist that they construct for you. Hey, these new artists, you should listen to them. I mean, that's like the best way to discover or get discovered. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like what do I do right now? Like what's the next step?
How you communicate with these people, and like sometimes, like how you said, like my next question after I figure out that information, like figure out artists in these playlists, is like, okay, how do I get in this playlist?
Yeah.
And then you have to go through so and so.
Yeah.
And to get so and so, you have to be like this high up.
Yeah.
But I want to be this high up. By going through then you're just stuck in a loop of like, how am I supposed to get up there?
Yeah, and then it's like
it's kind of like that whole dilemma about trying to get a job, but you need job experience to get that job. And I was like, but no other jobs are gonna hire me without experience.
Exactly.
So I'm stuck in
you're
a
just
rut.
stuck in this loop. Yeah. And it's almost like the same thing, because I feel like maybe 10, 15 years ago, you're like, man, I hope I get signed to a label, you know? And then as of like 4 or 5 years ago, you're kind of like, oh, I can do it on my own, you know, blah, 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 that. But then we're at this, like stage right now where it's kind of like, oh, damn, maybe you do need like labels help still, you know? So I don't know, man.
I feel like it kind of happened like you needed labels, then there was independent artists, and too many independent artists got popular, so the stakes got elevated again. So now nobody's looking at the small people anymore.
Exactly.
I feel like
But there's people like Chance the Rapper. I don't know if you're Chance the Rapper, but he was like all about being independent and this and that. But then like he knew the president growing up. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I always ask myself like, man, like how much was it like? And I'm not saying that to like knock Chance the Rapper. I'm just saying like more as in like, how is it supposed to give us like little people that have no connections at all hope that we can do it just like Chance, you know? But he like the rapper Common, like his grandma was like his neighbor, and he had a shout out from all these other rappers growing up, so the connections were always there. And so, but I will not knock his skill and everything.
I mean,
but it's just like it's harder when you don't have those connections. You know what I mean? Like, how can you really do it?
Like honestly, the only thing we can do, us little guys out there, is just keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Somebody will notice. That's what I go. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes, I say that too. Like I can, bitch and complain all day, but at the end of the day, I just gotta make my stuff better.
Exactly.
You know, like I can't say my stuff's good enough. Listen, you know, like because if it's not, and people aren't like showing other people, then I'm not gonna get anywhere. Dude.
And by all means, I'm not like. And I'm pretty sure you too, like, we're not saying this because we're doing it all for the fame and the money. It's just we want to, at least me, I want to make sure that this gets somewhere, just because this is my, like, kind of like my passion. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
like, because as soon as you start doing something for like the money or that, because I'm not doing this for the money. I just want this. I kind of like a legacy kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to just create something big. You know.
I feel that.
So I feel like if you're focused on that kind of stuff, I feel like once you start just doing it for money, that's when it's not going to go anywhere. Because then you're just always doing it, and then if you don't get money in return or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or you don't see it in the near future, then people just kind of give up, get demoralized. But this is honestly like a fun process to me, and also like with music too. If it's fun for you, just keep doing the music. Somebody's gonna notice without you even like kind of trying, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that, you know. I mean, it's just a process.
It's the process.
And I mean, I never expected to make any money out of this. That's never been my end goal, you know. And I feel like
neither.
It'd be dumb because then it's like you'll be out of it like within like 2 days because no money's coming through.
Exactly.
And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'd love to like get my music out. I'd love to have people want to listen to it. I'd love to be able to go out and tour and whatnot, and I don't want to be a millionaire, you know what I mean? Like if I can make like a solid amount per year off like tour and stuff like that, and just live with my family comfortably, but my occupation is straight up being a musician, hell yeah, I'd take it any day.
That's like that's my dream. Is like as long as I'm comfortably living, while this is like how I comfortably that is. Like it just kind of, I just wanted to clarify that because it kind of might have sounded like that. So, we want to get big and get paid. That's not at all. It's not trying. A lot of people do enjoy this podcast, and I really appreciate them, you know. But I'm sure like there's a lot more people who could enjoy it as well. I'm just trying to figure out ways to like get it out there. You know. And then also like one of the main reasons I wanted to create a podcast too is because I have a ton of like talented friends who like are all trying to do their own thing, whether it's film or music or animation, whatever, and. You know, it's always a problem with the little guy. Who's going to help him out and give him the shout out that they deserve? So that's why I kind of wanted to get the podcast like booming so I can actually give them the chance, because I'm not going to just invite not like anybody, you know. If I see somebody, I was like, dude, that's dope. come on. And we'll talk about
like
it.
you're doing something within the community, and it's cool and it's different and it's creative or whatever, you know. Like I feel like the way you can probably like promote yourself is just like artists, or like you said, whatever, art or whatever,
cinematographer, whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
animation.
like pretty cool, and it's like kind of getting like a little buzz around here.
Yeah.
Like how else are like all these like backstories I gave out, you know what I mean? To the 3 people that want to hear it, you know what I mean? Like for me, like where else are you gonna get this information? You literally got to hang out with me to get this info, you know? And I don't hang out with much people, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I think it would be like a great place to have those people come in, tell those backstories, and then local people would be like, hey, I'm gonna go listen to this podcast because that's where I can get that information from, you know what I mean? So I think it's cool, man. I mean, I like what you're doing, and it's cool, you know what I mean? No one else is gonna be interviewing these people especially right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like that. It's cool. It's killer.
Sweet, man. Dude, we've been going for a solid amount of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. All right, we're gonna wrap it up right now, guys. Sabios, Eric, thank you for coming on the show.
Definitely, man. Thanks for inviting me. And thanks for listening to it. And
dude, dope music.
I really appreciate that. I know you said "Goodbye, Good Night" was your favorite song.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That was like my favorite song too.
Oh, was it?
You know what I mean? Like I was really hyped about that one. Sour Gum seems to be the most popular one amongst most people that have listened to it. But it's funny because on Apple Music, Sour Gum has the most plays by far. Yeah. And then Spotify, like Goodbye Good Night was at the bottom. And over time, it's like surpassed all of them, right? So you just have to listen to it. You know what I mean? And so it's cool. And so I'm just trying to push it forward, man. And I'm gonna be recording a music video pretty soon. Okay. And it's gonna be for Goodbye Good Night. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make that like the single. I feel like that's like the easiest song to like listen to the rest of the EP. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty simple. It's a simple melody, and it's cool, and it's chill, and it's like not cheesy or as cheesy, and it's just like it's like a really like catchy hook. You know what I mean? And I feel like that alone, like 15-20 seconds, I feel like that's all the attention span people will give you on the first try. Yeah. And if they can hear it like that, and then they'll probably come through, man. So that's the goal. That's the end goal.
All right, man. Thanks for being on the show. What was I'm horrible with names. What was your friend's name who was featured?
Artist name UOJ.
Right, UOJ.
But his name's Jesse. Shout out to my homie Jesse.
Guys, we need this guy. I want to. I'm so curious about what he's got, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. No,
Jesse, if you're listening, put some stuff out there, man.
It's coming. It's coming next year for sure, man. I guarantee you that. I'm not gonna put a timeline on him. He's gonna bring it out, and you should have him on the show as soon as he releases something.
Exactly. That's what I'm waiting for.
Big killer.
Yeah. Do you got any social you want to plug in?
You can follow me on Instagram. I think it's Eric Robles 94, and then Twitter it's Eric T Robles. All right. Just hit me up and listen to the EP if you guys can. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put all the links of everything on the description of this podcast episode. Guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Solid episode. Thank you so much, man. We'll catch you guys later. Peace out.